You sound white Jamaican.
Yeah.
You white Jamaican.
Anything you want to say, brother.
I ain't never met a white Jamaican. That's crazy.
We're outside.
Jamaican me crazy. Bullet!
What is your name?
What kind of question you ask me? You don't know my name long time already. We can't put my name on the internet, girl. What's wrong with you?
Where are you from?
I come from Jamaica. We come from the western part of Jamaica. We can't really tell you where we come from down there though, because we don't know where we come from.
What kind of food do you like to eat?
Well, I like all kind of food. Anything they make in Jamaica, I like ackee and saltfish. With a piece of fried pork in it. Can't beat that.
Okay, so we all know Jamaica has a mix of people, black, mixed race, a little of this, a little of that. But what if I told you there are Jamaicans who are completely white, like full-on European looking, but they speak Patois fluently? Yeah, let's talk about that. Hello everyone, welcome back to Training Pulse Worldwide. So I came across these videos of white Jamaicans and honestly, I was just as surprised as some of y'all probably are. We are all used to seeing mixed Jamaicans, but these people are fully white. Like literally blonde hair, blue eyes, pale skin, and yet the moment they start speaking, it's pure Jamaican dialect. And I know for a fact that some people are looking at them like, wait, how?
Great. Come on, come on, my great grandfather is from England. Yeah. And we're not interested in England.
Mind game. You say that in the England thing, burn up Babylon.
Yeah, England, them mad people.
Are your grandfather come from there?
Yeah. But in change up with the German them. And when you go to Canada, and you tell them say from Jamaica, they expect say a few black people. Dark people come from Jamaica. It's a one set of pussies them, not true.
Yeah. Yeah, they never knows the straight nose man there.
Yeah. And when this hard Patois,
here.
I'm going to be a joke.
Yeah.
Me son you up, live up Canada now, fit. He go to college and everything up here and live over 5-6 years now up there. And he never can go down to Toronto. So then go to one club.
Yeah.
And then see some Jamaican. And they tell him, say, yo, I'm a Jamaican, yeah. He said, no, he imitate the Jamaican. And they want to fight. They want to fight them. Want to fight my nephew and my son.
Wow.
Call him trick them.
If you know who your foundation of Jamaica, yeah.
And he start talk if Patois now. He said, bomba clot, this man a Jamaican for true.
Mind game them, mind game that.
Yeah.
I mean, over here, stop say people if you come and and chat fuckery. But at the same time, I'm all about free speech, so you can chat and say whatever you want to say. But imagine if me say something like this. Black people if you come in our way and chat in our region. Oh. Like what you would I tell the Chinese people them in Jamaica? What happened to the white people born in Jamaica? All in all, you know. People are going to feel what they want to feel. But that's not really a matter.
I'm Chinese Jamaican, Bermudian. My mom is Chinese Jamaican, and then my dad is Bermudian.
Brother, I never know said this was going to be a whole thing. So, my mother is Honduran and Jamaican. My father is Chinese and Indian Jamaican. Me put the Chinese in my bio because it's what I look like. Everybody are gonna identify me first as Chinese, not Jamaican. But when me identify to people and people hear me talk, them are gonna be like, oh, she's Jamaican. So there you go. So basically, yeah. And for the people who want to be like, well, Jamaican people listen, brother, the amount of mix-up people there Jamaica exhibit, hey, like, if somebody tell you say them Jamaican. Point blank, period.
I also came across a couple of videos where white Jamaicans share their experiences, and they're saying they're not viewed as Jamaicans because of the color of their skin.
Not being Jamaican has really hurt my feelings because I was told my skin tone makes me not Jamaican.
Every time James and I make TikToks, we just get like a bunch of people telling us that we're not Jamaican, which is fine. Like, you can have your own opinion. The only problem I have is where else do I claim I was born here.
Did you experience a lot of racism growing up white in Jamaica? Very minimal. But I do remember one very racist moment. I couldn't have been more than 6. A fellow classmate, a very young girl at the age of 6 as well, would sing to me, "Black is beauty, red is corruption. Black is beauty, red is corruption." Now that I'm 40, I realize how deep that actually went. To think that here is this young girl, and she's been taught by her parents to sing black is beauty and red is corruption. And that's also an important lesson to teach your children, because racism ends with you.
And it makes you think, what really makes someone Jamaican? Is it the culture, the language, the way they live, or does race still play a role? Because on the other side, I also found Black Jamaicans sharing their thoughts on identity and what being Jamaican really means. Let's take a look.
Salam alaikum, y'all. So, I don't know if you realize it, but there's been a bit of cuss over who is a Jamaican, who's not a Jamaican, what is a Jamaican. I just wanted to give the answer to that question. First things first, it seems that a lot of you never learn the difference between race, nationality, and ethnicity. That being said, it's very simple. Nationality is where you hold citizenship to, aka where you have a passport. The thing about a nationality is it's not stagnant. People are born in countries and leave those countries all the time, giving up one nationality for another. As it stands, I hold a Jamaican and US nationality. Tomorrow, I could easily become Italian-British. Maybe not easily, but you know what I mean. Next is ethnicity. These are the cultural traditions, the language, the values that belong to a certain people group. Now, the thing about ethnicity is every ethnicity operates differently. For Jews, it's passed down matrilineally. So if your mother was Jewish, then you are Jewish. But for our Somali brothers and sisters, if your father is Somali, then you are Somali. Your ethnicity may also determine the languages you speak, the religions you practice, the cultural traditions you believe and hold dear. And then there's race, which out of the three holds very little weight. Because what might be considered black in one country is considered brown in the next and colored in another. Never forget that the Irish, the Italians, the Polish, when they came to the United States of America at various points in time, were not considered white, but today are. That being said, the island of Jamaica was first inhabited and settled by the indigenous people known as the Taino. They were the ones, after all, who gave the island the name Jamaica, meaning the land of wood and water. The island was then colonized by Spaniards from Spain, and with them came the Sephardic Jews from Portugal, as well as the first set of Africans that they would have enslaved. Shortly after, the British took control of the island and increased the amount of Africans being brought, but along with the British came the Welsh, the Scottish, and the Irish. By the time you hit 1838 and slavery is officially abolished, the British are now importing Chinese and Indians to Jamaica to replace the labor shortage. The first Indians arriving in 1845, the first Chinese arriving in 1854. And given that every generation is roughly 30 years, I think we can do the math to establish how many generations from the first people landed to now have been in this country. And of course, I cannot forget the Syrians who came to the island of Jamaica seeking refuge from the Ottoman Empire. Nor could I forget the poor Germans of Seaford Town that were brought to the island of Jamaica to buffer between the black and white populations. And although you won't hear the average Jamaican on the street using terms like African Jamaican, Asian Jamaican, you'll definitely hear him say words like the coolie man, the Chinese man, or the nigger man. I hope that clears everything up. Salam and walk good.
And that right there sums it up. Being Jamaican isn't just about ethnicity, it's about culture, nationality, and the way you live. Some people may still see race first, but at the end of the day, if you're born and raised in Jamaica, speak the language and live the culture, doesn't that make you Jamaican? It's interesting how identity can mean different things to different people. Now, at the end of the day, Jamaica is a unique blend of cultures and histories. But what do you all think? Does being Jamaican come down to culture and upbringing, or is it race still a defining factor? Let me know in the comments, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more trending stories. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.